Hello, 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 and welcome back to Satisfactory version 1.0, where in the last episode we made some fantastic progress setting up this brand new power grid. It's working fantastically. As you can see, we're getting some good buildup at all of our power generators. We're starting to fill them up. Last episode, we were at just 8 or 9 in each of these, and now we're at 105. Some of them are at maybe 22, but 105 is pretty good. We're still going strong on our input. We got plenty more to burn through, plenty more that we're going to be creating. We're manufacturing more than we're actually taking out, so it's going pretty well, it looks like. And we're loving to see all the power being kept up. This is something that we can kind of just leave off to the side. I don't think I need to do very much more of this chainsawing for now, but it's a pretty good start, and I'm excited to continue on using this power grid and expanding on it. Right now we have a whole lot of extra capacity. We're only sitting at about half with our max consumption at 104 and our capacity at 240. We've got a lot that we can add to this factory safely. Hi, shrimp. Hi, baby. How you doing? You haven't found anything, that's all right. In this episode, we have a few things that I want to do. I want to get fields research so that we can take a few trips and unlock a little bit of the map. I also want to get part assemblies so that we can start making progress towards making some smart plating. And then I want to make all of that smart plating and get the first package complete. This is going to be a jam-packed episode, and I hope you're excited to come along with me for the ride. Space Elevator is something super exciting. We got a new layout, we got all new maps, and you know, this is just going to be a lot of fun today. First things first, let's get ourselves the map, because that's going to require a whole lot of running around this factory. Let's get field research, since we're also going to get the MAM in this thing. I actually have quite a lot of the resources already, and I'm sure that we can get our remaining screws from our screw factory that's just over here. Easy. Oh yeah, plenty of screws in there. Look at that. Aw, shrimp just sitting there waiting for us to come back. So sweet. Oh yeah, so many screws that we got in there. Ready to launch. Send our freighter into the sky and see if Ada has anything smart to add.
Milestone reached. Supply the molecular analysis machine,
there you go,
referred to as the MAM, with local resources to research and develop new technologies.
First, let's make ourselves a MAM. Fairly cheap right now, but maybe not the cheapest that's out there. Maybe we'll place that right about here. All good. And, oh yeah, we got ourselves a research station, or a molecular analysis machine. Crash sites. Scans of Planet Massage 2AB have revealed several non-functional fix-it freighters that may still contain valuable data and resources. Retrieval and research are needed to determine potential applications. You know what? I think we might get one of these crash sites later today. We got alien megafauna, alien technology, mycelia, nutrients, power slugs, metal, crystalline, and chemical. Oh, so we have power slug. We have all of these three things, I think. We have mycelia. I do have a Mercer sphere. I don't have either of these other two. And we do have some of this. Let's do that. I can already start with the paleberry, because I had those in my inventory. Just research those. And, oh, nutritional processor?
Dubbed the paleberry due to its tendency to stay light in color even when ripe,
Ada's going to give us some information about the paleberry.
Digestive system and has been added to the object
while we do.
Further research is available.
Next up, we got ourselves our bacon agaric. Research that. Nice, more progress towards our nutritional processor.
This mushroom, dubbed bacon agaric due to its uncanny resemblance to raw bacon,
like
is compatible with the human digestive system and has been added to the object scanner.
Oh, freighter's re-entering. Already going to be ready to get our assemblers going. But for now, let's get ourselves some mycelia research. What do we got? What have we got? Mycelia research completed. We got medical properties trade.
Networks of these fungi possess unusually resilient hyphae, which show potential for making a strong but lightweight natural fabric. Additionally, it has similar medicinal and
I could do me with some fabric. We have the hog. Okay, and we now have bioorganic properties.
An organism now dubbed
interesting.
The fluffy-tailed hog.
What's down this route?
Characteristics that
Inflated
would
pocket
likely
dimension,
classify it among the
hostile
Sudi
organism
family were native
detection,
to Earth.
expanded
Hog
tube
remains
belt,
can now be made into alien protein,
rebar
and additional
gun,
research may reveal
protein
options for
inhaler,
improving pioneer safety during
Hatcher,
exploration.
Stinger, Okay, pretty good, pretty good. Now I want to get this Mercer Sphere. Mercer Sphere, if I recall, we shoved it in the toilet. There it is. Maybe instead, I'll put some logs in here. Alien technology, and start researching our Mercer Sphere. 3 seconds later, and we've got Dimensional Depot.
Mercer Sphere analysis
that's what I like to
completed.
see.
Established local planetary signature of massage 2, AB, B, in the local Mercer Sphere signals, allowing them to be tracked by the object scanner. Mercer spheres can also transmit data between specific.
Witness our scripture.
Oh, hello.
Have you come to defile our shrine?
What?
Sing us a song.
Arguing the existence of intelligent alien life. While Fixit has figured out the method, all of the original data is still untranslatable.
I'm missing something here. Hello? Mercer Sphere? Are you okay? Are you hacking into our MAM somehow? Okay, I see how it is. Hi, Shrimp. Thanks for the comfort after that moment. In the meantime, while they were doing their thing, I put the stuff into our hub for the part assembly milestone, so we should be good to go on that. Just to make sure we didn't miss anything major in the field research one, we got the man, but oh, we also got object scanner, storage box, storage box, whatever. We got an object scanner and a MAM. Object scanner is probably in here, right? Yes. Let's just get one of those so that we can look at that. Can I put that in my hand? Yes. So what can I select in here? Aha, only the stuff that I've already researched. Alright, fine. But this is telling me there's no signals for Mercer spheres around. There is for a Paleberry somewhere around here. And yeah, I think we'll have to use this pretty soon. Then we also unlocked the map, which looks like we now have the new button in the bottom right. For M, we can see our map. This is all that we've unlocked on the map. There's a space elevator, presumably right underneath us is where our hub is. Yep, there's our hub. And I bet we can, that's pretty cool. I can just add some markers on the bottom. And I think we might actually do that later on when we get to exploring. But for now, let's submit the part assembly milestone, which will get us the ability to use an assembler and start crafting more of these things. Let's go.
Do not worry about your inadequate crafting skill when
Ada?
compared
Yeah,
to an
shut up.
assembler. Fixit cherishes your innate human abilities, such as walking, striking objects, and commodifying natural resources.
Yeah, sure, Ada. Whatever you say. Whatever, girly. Oh, look at this, look at this, look at this. Look at this, we got some buildup of solid biofuel all the way back on this side, which means that all of our biofuel is feeding into this side, and it's going to slowly start to fill everything up, which is pretty sweet. That means that this side is getting a whole lot more fuel. You can see that both of these have also already filled up. This one just got done filling up like a moment ago, and this one, we got a bit more to go, but hey, it's progress, gotta say. How are these guys in the back doing? They're kind of deprived on fuel. No, they're keeping up, actually, believe it or not. They're still staying at the 23 we saw them at last episode, and now with all these filling up, we're doing pretty good. Alright, I like to see that. Do we still have wood that's going? We do. We still have wood that's going and grat leaves that are going, and we got a full chest of biomass that's feeding into here. Oh, we're going to be so good on power, at least for now. Okay, new toys time. We gotta experiment with the assembler, and there it is. Let's see, how is this compared to our constructor? Just put them side by side. Looks like assembler is 2 inputs and quite a bit bigger, not a huge amount, but quite a bit bigger, a lot longer, for still 1 output. The constructor can do basic crafting like we've been doing so far, but this can do our reinforced iron plates, our modular frames, which require reinforced iron plates, our rotors. Both reinforced iron plates and rotors require screws. And smart plating. Smart plating requires reinforced iron plate and rotors. So we really want to get on crafting both of these, well, really all three of these things, although I don't really know what modular frames are going to be used for yet. I know that they're going to come in handy later on down the line, so we really want to get to crafting both of these things. And I think that we can also use our new, from the last couple of episodes, our new splitters and mergers to really make use of some of these nodes that we've got over here. We've got an iron node, copper node, and concrete node all right next to each other, which we're currently producing a whole bunch of screws with. But I think we can do even more than that. You know, while I'm on the topic of getting distracted and not actually building stuff yet, why don't we check out what that power slug gave us? Because I didn't really pay much attention last time we researched it. Power slug, oh, we didn't even research it. Let's do that right now. We are gonna get from this power shards and the ability to overclock. Let's do that. We can research overclocking. I just used our blue power slug to craft a power shard. We already have these other resources, so we can just overclock. Beautiful. And what's it going to tell me? In the meantime, I'll get the screws for this one.
Overclocking development completed. Power shards can now be inserted into all buildings to increase input and output speed.
Oh,
underclocking is also
buildings.
possible. Note, power consumption of overclocked buildings increases exponentially.
So does that mean, yeah, we now have this menu. Sweet. So we can lower our clock speed and our production rate. It'll save us some power. Or we can overclock it by feeding it power shards, and oh yeah, that'll come in handy when we're designing our factories, and we can switch up our input and output rates to be a little bit more balanced, just like this. Easy. Another 3 seconds, and we'll be able to scan for it, hopefully using our handy dandy object scanner.
Slide.
Is there one up there? There is a power slug up there. It's been right above my head this whole time and I didn't even notice. Distraction number 1 for the day. We're not going to build with these yet because I am on my way to get a power slug. We've made it. Right up to the power slug. Hear the beeping, hear the beeping. Put it away. Oh, look at this view of our factory from up here. It almost looks magical. Look at that. Beautiful, beautiful factory. Although we got to get some concrete extended out to beyond just where this line is. It looks kind of interesting. And then everything else feeding in from here, even though it's mostly on grass, just feeding into our concrete platform. Oh, fantastic. For now, let's get our power slug. And it's gone. Wonder if we can ride the space elevator back down or if we want to go that way. See if we can ride the space elevator. Oh, I'm being so risky slide jumping up on this tiny little branch we got up here. Boop, 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 boop. Oh, there's a hitbox. Oh my health. Look at my health. I have half a heart. Half a heart being probably a Minecraft term. I don't know what they call it here. Half a bar. It's fine, we're regenerating super fast, but yikes. It's time to start on our iron factory. Here I am scanning for some resources, just looking for 2 that are right next to each other. And it looks like if I head in this direction, kind of, then I should be able to find 2 iron nodes very much within reach of each other. We've got this one that's currently making ourselves a whole bunch of screws. And then we've got this one that's right up here. Oh, very convenient. Although I might scan a second time because it looks like there's a couple more that are just over in this direction. And let's see how close by those are, if we can access them even. Okay, this one's close. And is that one underneath a rock? Yes. This one is underneath a rock. That's all right. So we have our single pure iron node. So we are going to want, in order to make a whole bunch of rotors and reinforced plates, we're probably going to want to maybe either maximize this or get pretty close to maximizing it. But if this is making 120, then that means we might not even need to tap into a whole new node. but I'm going to do that anyway, just for the cleanliness of our factory. I'm going to tap into a whole new node. It's fine. It's all right. First, let's get ourselves a bunch of concrete, just probably from this plant that's right over here, because we haven't picked anything up from it in a while. I'm sure we have a good couple hundred in here. Yes, yes. Oh, yes. That's what I like to see. That's what I like to see. Good job, Satisfactory. And then let's just clear out the area a little bit in preparation for this new factory that we're going to be building. Whole new little thing. And this is where we're really going to see the potential of automating everything. We're going to be doing so much with just this mini factory that we're going to produce over here. I have done a little bit of conceptual mathing just by looking at some of these recipes that we've already got going on. I don't know if it's going to be perfect. I don't know. But I'd like it to be. It should be pretty efficient. It should be pretty good looking, and it should produce for us a whole bunch of useful things. So step one is actually not getting the miner down. Step one is just going to be laying out our foundation level. Maybe we'll just clip through the top of this guy. And yeah, that's a pretty good base for a new factory. We can see if we can put down our new miner. Yep, right there. And I'm actually going to do a little bit of math for this. I'm going to start putting things on my to-do list. We're going to need 1 miner, 3 smelters, and there is our resource list. We're going to need a lot of reinforced iron plates. We're going to need a lot of normal iron plates. We're going to need more rotors, which are going to need more screws. Let's actually do something fancy. Let's get rotors and reinforced iron plates onto our menu. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then rotors, we're going to need another, let's just say 10. And then we can manually craft up our rotors and reinforced iron plates. Okay, we're all crafted up. You can see our to-do list is all checked off, and all we gotta do now is get to building this brand new factory we got over here. Widest part, we're gonna have 6 constructors in a row. So yeah, constructors right there feels like it's a reasonable bet. 1, 2, 3. Oh, we're gonna need a lot more of these. Okay. 4. I guess constructors are probably a full tile wide each. 4, 5, 6, 4, 5, and each of those is going to be doing us with 30 in per minute, I think, right? So we're going to be setting 4 to iron rods and 2 to iron plate, and then each of these is going to have its own smelter, and then these two can share one. These two can also share one, and then in here we're going to need another splitter, which we'll put maybe right in line with this, or no, we're going to put it right in line with this one, just that it's nice and clean. We'll back it up, we'll push it forward maybe to right there. This one needs to be marked too. This one does need to be marked too, and we're probably going to run out of reinforced iron plates, but that's fine. We're building a factory just for them. I'm actually going to copy the settings. Control C to copy the settings, and then I can just paste them. And can I paste them from the outside? I can. So now we're set to ironing. It's in there, and these are all perfect. Each of you is gonna get a little splitter right in front of you, and everybody is getting little belts. And now these should all be working well. Now I'm going to want us to merge all of these up again. So I'll just have this centered out there, this centered out there, this centered there, but then I want a splitter centered into there. And what are you clipping with? Oh, the space elevator probably? Okay. Now let's connect up all of these belts. This is a splitter, which means that I'm going to want one bit of output into some container that we're just gonna put for now wherever we can, like right there. Right there. Great. This splitter is going to split partially into the storage, but also partially into this merger, which means that this merger's output is going to be a lot more. Right now we have 20 and 20, so this means that this merger is going to end up having 30, and we're going to get 10 output, so 10 extra plates coming out of this. Then over here, each of these is doing us 15 per minute, which means that these mergers are each going to get 30 coming out of them. We're probably going to want 4 constructors coming out this way for screws. Let's say there. That feels reasonable. 1, 2, 3, 4, with 1 splitter right here, having an input right there, 1 splitter, that'll work. And then connect all 3 of these guys up with this splitter over here. We'll copy our screws into each of these guys, and that's going to give us 40 out here. And then we're going to want finally our 2 assemblers, where we're actually going to get our reinforced iron plates and rotors coming out, if I'm correct about my math. That might go over there. And we're missing reinforced iron plates. What are we gonna do? Crafting bench and manually craft them up. Okay, then here we're going to have reinforced iron plates, which is going to need 60 screws and 30 iron plates per minute. So this is where we're going to have our 30 iron plates from all the way back. Which one was it? This one? These are going to need to go over there. The cleanest way of doing that is with a lift right about here that goes up in that direction, and we can feed a belt right into there. Maybe we have a lift that takes it down right into that input. Yeah, and it comes from right there, and then this is when we send it to this input right there. Oh yeah, that's the stuff. Look at that. Beautiful. And then we're also going to need 60 screws per minute. These guys are going to be outputting 40, so we're going to need to split off this third guy. So you are going to split right there, and then you are going to merge right there. So that's our splitter, and this is our merger. So our merger is going to take 40 screws from here, and then this splitter is going to split this into half, so we'll get 20 screws, which are going to feed into here, and that's going to get us our 60 screws per minute, and we have our 30 iron plates per minute going there with our 10 extra going into that container right there. And this is going to be perfect reinforced iron plate. We're going to have rotors being crafted over here, which needs 100 screws per minute and 20 iron rods per minute. So our iron rods are going to come from back here, where we have 15 and 15. So we have 30 are all going into this one splitter right here, which means that right here we only need 10, so we need both of these outputs to funnel into a single merger, which I should be able to position kind of pretty right there, and it should belt up all beautiful and straight. That means that we're going to get our 20 iron rods into there, because that means that this splitter right in front of me is getting 30 into it, and it's splitting it into 3, so 10, 10, and 10. But then these two 10s are both combining up into this 2, so that we get our 20 right into here. Perfect. Then we need 100 screws per minute, which we can get from 40, 40, and this remaining 20. Oh yes, just what we need. So that means we need to combine all 3 of these. We can do that with a single merger. Maybe we'll have the output face in that direction, if I can get this right turn to work on a Mark II. Yes, but we're missing 1 iron plate. I'm just going to feed all of these items right on in. And then where's our output from this? That's going to go into here and loop around there. This is our splitter that's splitting from 40 into 2 lines of 20. So here are 40, 40, and 20 all coming in to make a 100. And then we're 1 reinforced iron plate short. So we place down a crafting bench and upgrade that to a Mark II, because Mark I only does 60, but this is going to be outputting 100. That means that we are perfect. Together, we just built this factory. Take a look at that. For a little bit of a recap, we have our miner over there, plus one branch off of that miner, which are going to be feeding 120 iron ore into those 4 smelters, which are going to produce 120 iron ingots per minute. 60 of those iron ingots are going to go into producing iron plates over there, each of them doing 30 into 20. And then 60 are going to go into making iron rods over here. Our iron plates are going to feed right into our constructor for reinforced iron plates, with 10 extra per minute going into that organization container right there. Then our iron rods are going to feed mostly into screws over here, the screws being split partially into reinforced iron plates and partially into rotors. And we're going to have some iron rods that go straight into the rotor crafter with a little bit of merger and splitter magic, as you can see right over there. And with that said, we're going to get output of 10 iron plates per minute, plus some reinforced iron plates, and plus some rotors. What I want to do is connect everything up to its own individual power grid, which we're going to have the origin pole of right there. And I want to make this power at least somewhat aesthetic. It's not going to be the most symmetrical ever, because this is I would consider this a temporary factory, to be completely honest. I would consider this a temporary factory. I operate on the rules that everything is temporary. There's so few things in this game that you actually end up keeping once you develop your big mega factory idea. These nodes are going to be precious. These are precious, expensive nodes to be using up just all willy-nilly like this, like we are right now. Just using up these nodes without a care, building kind of a good factory, to be fair. It's a good factory, don't get me wrong, but we're still using them up for not a whole lot of output, and we're going to end up reconfiguring everything later on. Constructors are connected, and our final power usage for this system is 87 megawatts that we're going to feed right into this thing. Our outputs, I'm going to want to feed down underneath here. This is this is real dark. Yikes. 3 storage containers for our outputs. Don't worry about making it pretty. It's fine. It's all fine. So I double checked our power grid. We have a capacity for 136 megawatts, which means that we can just go ahead and connect up this power right away. I built a little ramp just that we can get up to this upper platform and see how our factory is doing. I'm going to want to build a little lookout tower right about here. Maybe we'll clip it into this pole. Yep, that's what we like. Got our lookout tower right about here where we can overlook our whole factory. And that means that we're ready to just turn it on. Can I do that from up here? No. Heading down here, I'll hook it in right there. That's kind of our big intersection. And now we're connected. We can look at that. There's our capacity spike from all of these new buildings turning on. Oh, we missed one. We did miss one. I'll connect it into right there. And everything is going. There's our miner supplying some new ore to all 3 of these smelters, which are now going to get their lights turning to green. And they're going to then start feeding these iron ingots into our constructors. You can see, watch this one. Their light, green light. Yellow light is going to turn to green any moment now. Green light. There we go. And we're getting some output. We're getting some iron rods. We're getting some screws. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. It's all starting to work now. We're going to need a moment to let everything propagate in here. You know what? I'm going to step away. I'm going to let you guys watch this factory in time-lapse mode while it gets all set up. By the time I get back, all of these conveyor belts are going to have stuff on it. And we're back. Look at that absolute beauty of a factory. Can we see efficiency meters on each of these machines? Yes, we can. 97% efficiency, probably just leveling out from the kickstarting over there. 100% efficiency, so we're getting 5 reinforced iron plates per minute, 4 rotors per minute, and these 10 iron plates that we saw being split off from our 40 that we're producing right over here. Now, I wasn't gone that long, pretty short, but oh yes, we got ourselves automatically produced rotors, automatically produced reinforced iron plates, and just some extra iron plate supply. No harm, no harm. 28 and 22. Oh my gosh, we're rolling in the resources. That's what you like to see. That's what you like to see. Now, this does mean that our power is going to be burning slightly faster, but seeing as we have a surplus at every single one of these, you can see that still, it's still consuming some. We just saw the conveyor belt moving, but we're still overproducing, which is great. Just what we like to see. We're probably filled up at 200 in every single one of these. I don't think I'm too worried about power quite yet. That beautiful factory. Oh man, we just built that, y'all. We just built that, and now you can build it too in your own worlds. On that note, I actually ended up recording a little bit too much this episode, if you can believe that, so I'm splitting it into 2 different episodes. So sorry for the little bit of voiceover here, a little bit of sick voice going on right now. So I'm going to push the second half of this episode into next week's video, where we finish off the space elevator first package. We do a little of exploring. It's a whole lot of fun next week too, so stay tuned for that. But until then, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed doing this little bit of a factory, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.